No,
I feel like
yeah.
I feel like you're setting us up for a Eurovision appearance by
Yes,
you in the
right?
coming years.
I know. Maybe not. But
Here in the Popverse, we know you as a genre star. Before we dive into Amsterdam Empire, I do have to ask, how many action figures of yourself do you have?
I have none.
None.
So I mean, I sign, when I go to like a Comic-Con type
Yeah.
thing, they don't even look like me. I'm kind of insulted, going, really? Like, who is this woman? She has nothing to do with me. So no.
So we need someone on the internet to get an action figure that accurately looks like you.
Yes. And one
Heck
that's
yeah.
flattering to me, not makes me look worse, but better. You know what I mean?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I love this so much. Now at New York Comic Con, you're just gonna have a whole slew of like Jean Greys coming your way.
Yeah. Right?
So on Amsterdam Empire, which is coming out in just a few short weeks at the end of October, you have a very powerful credit of being an executive producer. So I would love to know what made you want to take on all that responsibility and step into the world of producing.
Well, it was sort of the perfect project for it, because
Mhm.
I grew up in the Netherlands. I left when I was 18 as a model, traveled the world, came to the States finally to start acting there at some point. But I've never acted in Dutch before. It just wasn't where I was trained as an actor, wasn't where so when I was asked to come back, I thought, that's interesting, but then I want to do it on different terms. Then, if I'm coming back to a country where I was born, and also, initially it was like, what's going to be the visibility on a show like, obviously with Netflix behind it, and also us now being in a time where, since Squid Games, one is watching anything in any language, and it doesn't matter anymore. That has really changed the landscape for all of us. So that's wonderful. But I thought, if I'm going back, I want to go back and have more control, and I want to be very much part of the creative, filmmaking, whatever, series making of this. And so it was just an amazing experience in that regard, because in addition to, I helped create and a more full-fledged character of Betty. Was very much part of, trying to get diversity, which is, I think, a lot more common now in the US and the UK when I see it on set, not quite much in the Netherlands yet. So I was kind of struck by that culturally, going, okay, we need to fix this. We got to work on that. But also I co-designed my own costumes, which was a dream come true. And then the biggest dream come true was making a music video. Not that I ever have had any aspirations as a singer, but dancing has been the joy of my life, and the hobby that, not with professional training, but more like going out and just, be feeling free and happy. And that's what it's always represented. And so having my own choreographer for an entire project to prep me for this music video, and the pressure was on, because that character, it's a flashback music video 20 years before, when she had her one-hit wonder. And so I had to be extra good.
I feel like you're setting us up for a Eurovision appearance by you in the coming years.
I know. Maybe not. But, yeah, very fun. Incredibly fun. I couldn't believe. And the day that we shot, it was so much build up to get there. And I had two background dancers who, of course, within minutes had this thing memorized. I couldn't tell them how long I'd been struggling to get there. This moment of us dancing together, it was just heaven. And I literally cried at the end when it was over, because I thought it was just so, as an experience, it was so beautiful. Because I find that in life, it's not always that you work really hard towards something and you see the results in a particular way, because life is kind of like, it's all over the place. Sometimes it takes a year or more before you realize, like, oh, that actually makes sense now in hindsight, and maybe I learned from it, or I grew, or something. But it's not always that immediate. And have something so concrete to work on that you can try to perfect and work, and the physical aspect of it, and the endurance part of it, and just being asked to do things that are, I was a bit shy in the beginning, going, can I just do all of this? But yeah, it's great. It's great.
It's so beautiful to hear you say that. Now I want like the Tao according to Famke, and it's very gratifying to hear that a Bond girl can still be nervous when she's trying new things on set.
I think I'm always nervous because I think I purposely live my life where I do something that it doesn't come easy to me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I've grown with leaps in my life, and probably what made me come to the States and be able to build a career here. If I'd had any, and I also think the most incredible thing that living in America ever taught me was to dream big. I was not taught that as a kid in the Netherlands. I mean, you cannot even dream like medium size. You dream small.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of our culture. It's, you don't stand out, you're normal, everybody, don't think you're special, kind of thing. And then I came to the States and I saw that people lived an entirely different existence. And I thought, okay, then I'm going to go on this journey and see what it brings me. And it's brought me just the most incredible opportunities. And I'm scared all the time. Like, what am I doing? And then I just go, all right, no safety net, I'm jumping. I'm going to go for it. And so that's, yeah.
Well, I mean,
it's scary.
What's the worst that can happen?
Well, I mean, when you publicly, it's pretty big,
Yeah. Yeah.
Failing in your own life, for in front of your friends or your family or whatever, that's one thing. But to fail publicly is pretty big. But, yeah, you just go and get up and go again, start again.
Well, you're also stepping into, like you mentioned, costume designing and working on Betty's looks, and like, you come from the world of fashion, fashion in particular, very, very forward focused. There's people have a lot of snap judgments about it. So are you going to be making more forays into that world of designing?
Definitely. Right now, it's for sure a hobby that's taking up a ton of my time because for example, what I'm wearing today, I just added all these butterflies. You probably can't see it, but all these butterflies everywhere that I added just to, anything about just trying to be as unique and authentic as I can. And I find fashion a great way to express yourself that way. Also, probably never been a more difficult time to do it because everyone has, access to everything. And so you think you buy something unique and then you walk down the street and someone else is wearing it. So a large part of my own wardrobe is just, I tweak it, it's sort of upmarket. Like I take existing clothes, I add things, bags, whatever it is. And I make them my own. And if that ever could turn into a fashion thing, that would be great. Right now I'm very busy filming, so I don't.
Yeah.
I'm still doing it. It's literally still where I'm like, no, you should be working on your lines right now.
Yeah.
But quickly, I can stitch this, add this to this. But yeah, so I love it as a hobby. It's just amazing. So I do hope that I get to do something with it in the future because it's the background I come from, modeling wise, and it's something I've very much enjoyed my entire life and have never worked. I don't work with stylists. I always style myself. And so, yeah, I'm hoping I can figure something out there.
I love the idea of you modeling your works on the runway, leaving, learning your lines, hopping in the car, going to set, being an absolute hero in multiple languages. Like there's nothing you can't do.
And then having a dance lesson at the end of the day. Yes.
Yeah. Because we're planning the next music video. Like that.
Yeah. I think that's basically the way I've set up my life. I'm not good. Somebody likened me once to a salmon, and they said, "You need to keep swimming, otherwise you're going to die." So, and that's how I feel. Like I just have to. I'm always in motion. I don't sit down. I'm just always on the move.
I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you, what's your favorite like costume or outfit that you've ever worn on screen?
Oh, that's hard. I don't think I have one specific one. I mean, I I'm probably going to say Amsterdam Empire because I was such an integral part of
Yeah.
the designs, and some of the dresses we made from scratch, and some of them we added things to, and you know, some of them we tweaked, and so there was always some personal touch done to it. So I would say probably that. But
just between you, me, and the entire internet, did any of those pieces maybe make their way offset into a car?
Into a car on a trip to New York.
Into a garment bag. Yeah.
I wish, but no. I mean, unfortunately, Netflix, they must have some massive warehouses because I've had it for every show, and every time I work with them, they go into some kind of a warehouse or something and they hold on to it. So no, sadly.
They have their own Famke collection somewhere.
But you know, it's probably for the best because my closet, as big as it is overflowing already. So I constantly have these Sophie's choices, like, do I buy something? Do I get rid of something? Can I, you know, so yeah.
And lastly, but not leastly, I don't want to spoil it for anyone because Amsterdam Empire is still a little bit ways away, but could you please describe your character's journey through the show in 3 words or less? That way we can avoid the spoilers.
Oof. 3 words or less, you're not giving me much to work with. No, Betty is you know, a tornado.
Oh, yes, tornado.
Tornado, we'll go with that. A tornado with a broken heart.
Oh, sweetie.
Right? A tornado with a broken heart. And I think people have to watch the show to see how that unfolds.
Of course. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your tour.
Okay, thank you so much.